It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Our featured matchup tonight out in New York, where the Knicks will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. With the new year getting ramped up, teams just getting into the swing of things. Kenny, some major storylines already brewing. What are you seeing out there?
Well, you know, the rosters aren't coming together yet, and it's still early. It's still tough to figure it out. But then there's a lot of teams that's just off the radar right now, but they've been impressive. So I think that it's too early to tell. You know, too early to tell.
Hey, come on, you're going to give me an answer.
I can't give you these ELNs, these Ernie-like numbers yet. It's too early.
Well, I see emerging young guns. You know, I see a couple veterans now hitting the wall, physically getting up there in age. But I got to agree with Kenny, Ernie. It's too early to tell.
Jeez, I'm sorry I asked. Time to tip it off. Here's Kevin Harlan.
You asked too early.
Oh, say does that.
The Star-Spangled Banner, sung by musical artist Linda Lynn. Welcome, everyone, to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Knicks. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And 2 teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis was taken with the 4th pick in 2015, and he was considered a project then. But he's shown himself ready, and part of that has been his mentality. He said they thought I was afraid, but that's not who I am. I'll never back down from anybody. If I want to succeed, I can't be scared of anybody. I've got to be fearless out there on the court. Kevin?
Thanks, G.A. And what's scary is Porzingis is only going to get better. That kind of fearlessness will help him in the long run. Smitty, will be seeing a pair of teams tonight who both prefer to slow the tempo and play in the half court.
Yeah, these are the team they want to execute, grind it out. Every possession counts. Not a lot of people like watching this type of basketball, but there's a lot of strategy. Memphis Grizzlies is one of those teams. They're going to grind it out and make sure you play at their tempo.
They minimize mistakes, and boy, you got to keep your focus, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's New York. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Lure and Drummond together down low. Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. Here's Ntilikina. Rebound Andre Drummond. Outside Jackson. Down low. Here's Drummond. And it's blocked. And here's the break. Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Outside Jackson. Here's Drummond, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You know, adding a few wrinkles, Drummond's interior game is evolving, becoming harder to defend.
They set the screen. Bradley on the double team. It's stolen by Bradley. It's Jackson with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his first basket.
Good open look. Avery looking poised with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
To the paint, stolen by Lure. Bradley against Hardaway. Jackson has the open look. Drops in the tray. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Opens up opportunities for everyone, makes the offense its most dynamic.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Drummond. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Fouling Drummond when he gets the ball in close, understandable strategy, given his troubles at the line.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old-school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
That one is off. And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And the second free throw, good.
A five-star recruit out of high school, Drummond, one of the more talented centers we have in the game.
Down low, Porzingis. They can't stop the run with that one.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
For three, Harris. Knicks with the rebound. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And the biggest problem for them in that game, even as they got into foul trouble, they could just never pull back.
It's great to be aggressive, but when you are reckless, you'll suffer for it.
Detroit leading by 6. Bradley drives in. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Bradley has some long strides, eats up ground in a hurry.
Outside, Porzingis to the inside. Here's Cantor. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And so many great Pistons over the years. You think back to the bad boy era and all throughout the great history of this franchise. Smitty, you grew up in the area. Was there a Piston you modeled your game after growing up?
Yeah, there were. There were 2 guys, and Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas. You could see their impact both these players had on both ends of the floor. They were interchangeable. They both can handle, can shoot. And what I love is the chemistry they had between those 2, and they are good friends of mine. I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out. And that's the shot he wants, just a little bit out of rhythm.
It's Bradley on the wing. It's Drummond, high post. Jackson from long range. New 24-second clock for Detroit. And Lure kicks to Drummond. And here's the fast break. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
Is Smith. He's checked in for Jackson. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Beasley sets a screen for Porzingis. Off the screen, and he knocks down the jumper.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Lure the screen. Bradley passes to Harris. Over Porzingis. Harris misses.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
To the middle. And it's Lure with the rebound.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Ntilikina, covered by Smith. There's a screen by Cantor. Here's Porzingis. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's on Porzingis.
And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at #1, and still after 1 season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
First one falls for him. And Bradley, a great athlete. He won the dunk contest in high school. Terrific player, but he's not a big highlight player, it seems, in the NBA, Greg.
Yeah, you know, his strength and explosiveness more on display defensively, and that's been his meal ticket. He's added skill, though. He's turned the corner and has become a two-way threat.
He doesn't get the second one.
Here you have the consummate pro. Rare to see Avery Bradley complain or give anything less than 100%.
Rejected by Harris. Bradley against Hardaway. Smith kicks to Drummond. Stolen by O'Quinn. And pushing it up. Here's New York. From 11 feet away. Hardaway, no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And so here is New York. It's a 10-point game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Pistons.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
Here's Ntilikina. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. O'Quinn dishes to Cantor. Over Drummond. Cantor's shot is off. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
Knicks trail by 12. Here's Ntilikina. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And it's Bradley off the drive. Hardaway with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. They get the rebound. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
New York shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. For the Knicks, McDermott's checked in for Beasley. Lee comes in for Hardaway. And Sessions subbed in for Ntilikina. And then for Detroit, Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Henry Ellenson comes in for Lure. And it's Kennard in for Bradley.
One shot.
That's good from Cantor. Steve, so let me ask you this. Do players consciously think about, I need a couple free throws, I need a couple of layups, I got to get a couple of shots per quarter? I mean, do they try to plot and plan an individual quarter like that, how they're going to score in different ways?
You're totally right, Kevin. The reason why is because as a two-guard back in the day, if I could get to that free throw line and put a foul on a guy that's guarding me, that loosens up his defensive mentality. He's not as aggressive. And then now I know when I get to the bonus, I can drive it. He's either going to let me go or I can create contact and get to that line. You want to score easy, and that's how most scorers do. They really score easy. We just kind of applaud them when they're knocking down threes and big shots.
Smith for three. Kept alive. Marjanovic. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
You know, I wonder, where's the passion? You can't afford a no-show here on the defensive glass.
And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
Knicks trail by 12. And Sessions kicks McDermott. By Johnson. McDermott with a steal. Pass to Hernan Gomez. He's now 1 for 2 with that.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Kennard, covered by Lee. Here's Kennard. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shot clock at 3. Another shot out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Smith. Some last season stats for him. Last season put up about 9 points a game, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Knicks trail by 10. And clearly Jeff Hornacek wants to talk it over.
And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, you know, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle into a long-term situation.
There's the feed to McDermott. New York moving it around. Here's O'Quinn. A rejection by Marjanovic. Here's Smith. Passes it to Johnson. Screen by Smith. Here's Kennard. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J. New York's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Sessions passes to Lee. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Now Smith. Johnson the screen. Now here's Marjanovic. Defense right on him. Misses off the right iron. Knicks trail by 10. Here's Lee. Again, the miss by Lee.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Smith dishes to Johnson. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
And one thing that you can say about this Pistons team is they are fundamentally sound, strong on the glass and closing out possessions, and they really don't make a lot of mistakes.
Bradley's checked in for Detroit. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Greg, with the Pistons and their discipline as a team, part of their great rebound means they allow very few second chance points, one of the fewest allowed in the league last season.
And couple that with how strong they've been at taking care of the basketball. Low turnover numbers as well as points allowed off of those turnovers. And with that rebounding, I think it makes for very measured basketball.
Knicks trail by 13. And Sessions kicks to Lee. Screen by Lee. Here's Sessions. A second chance effort. He lays it in. Sessions has got his first 2 points.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Ellenson with a screen for Bradley. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And versatility never in more demand, Steve, than right now. Do you think we're seeing more versatile players in the league now than ever before?
Yeah, we are. I mean, I think top of the list is you start off with LeBron James. Then you have players like now Russell Westbrook, guys being able to collect triple doubles. Giannis, the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo, is unbelievable because I think by the time the end of his career, he'll be able to play the 5 for our size and 1 because of his skill set. Versatility in this league is a premium right now.
.133 left in the first. Clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Johnson's shot is off, and Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Knicks have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And one strength, Greg, that this Knicks team has enjoyed the last couple years has been their ability to win the rebounding game.
And that's back-to-back seasons, Kevin, in the top 10 for rebounding in terms of the Knicks. And it was something they wanted to improve upon starting a few years ago. They've changed their rebounding trouble into a big asset moving forward.
Now, here's Bradley. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Washington. Marjanovic passes to Kennard. Back to Marjanovic. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Marjanovic has got his second bucket tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Sessions. He can't get that one. The Pistons go the other way with it. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
Well, that's putting it mildly. They were in total disarray. I have no idea where their heads were that night.
Kennard. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
It's stolen by Bradley. Now Detroit moving it up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For Detroit, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. And that one falls for Johnson. And both free throws good for Johnson.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Sessions against Bradley. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Knicks have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
Two shots.
Free throw good. Sessions. And so Sessions nails both of them. Outside Bradley. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Detroit. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Pistons here, guys.
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Control the boards, and you control the flow of the game.
Pistons leading by 15. Porzingis and Hernangomez are together down low. Sessions out there with Lee, and it's McDermott in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Jackson. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Porzingis. 23 points for him the last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
Ellinson's shot is off.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
What I love is he takes the right angle, affects the shot without fouling.
And Ellinson throws it down.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Knicks trail by 19. And Sessions kicks to Lee. Screen by Lee. Here's Sessions. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Sessions has got 6 points. You know, Stephen, I think of Stan Van Gundy, I think of versatile, because we all know he's the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, but he's in charge of all their personnel moves, too. This guy's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does. I mean, when you start to look at it, he's wearing 2 hats. And one thing, he's doing a good job trying to run his organization from a management standpoint and also from a coach's standpoint. So far, so good for Stan.
Jackson, that's good.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Sessions. 6 points for him. Stolen by Jackson. To the middle. Shot's good by Kennard. He has 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside, Porzingis launches a 3, and Ellenson pulls it down. Ellenson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Pass to Marjanovic. The pass to Ellenson. Here's Kennard. 4 seconds left. Nice D from Porzingis. Sessions against Jackson. There's the screen. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Drains it from beyond the arc. Porzingis has got his second basket of the night.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the 3 like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
Here's Kennard. 7 points in the game. Johnson, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against New York. And Stanley Johnson, the youngster out of Arizona, grew up in Los Angeles where he was the high school player of the year. You know, Steve, he hasn't had the easiest time adjusting to the NBA, but he certainly has room to improve, and right now the offense just isn't there for him.
You know, the question is, people are saying, is time ticking away for Stanley to prove that he's a rotation player? He's kind of predictable on offense. People pushes him to go right because he only goes right. Just hasn't developed the way the team was hoping for.
The first free throw is good. Well, the NBA has taken great strides to ensure a competitive balance, Steve, over the past decades, but they have a long way to go to achieve complete parity. I don't know that it can ever be done. How do you feel about the current competitive balance of the league right now?
You know, I think it's good, but Kevin, you're totally right. You can't get complete parity. You're going to have injuries. I think when you have injuries, it changes the whole dynamic of these teams. So far, so good for me. I think there's a lot of balance. Good teams are good for a while, and then it always shifts and changes. I think we're in good hands right now.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Smitty, you were very much the prototypical wing player during your career. When you look around the league, which current player reminds you, say, most of yourself and your style?
You know, I think a guy, he's getting a little bit older, but I think the most, a similar guy for me was Joe Johnson. Some of the guys I love watching right now, is definitely not that long, and a guy could create that much space is Giannis because he can handle the basketball. I'm looking forward to watching Ben Simmons. I like the 6'8", 6'9" guys that can handle the basketball, but I would say Joe Johnson, and he's still going.
And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. In third, the Knicks.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Now here is Harris. Michael Beasley missing his last shot. Lure dishes to Harris. Sinks the 15-footer.
And defensively, you have to close out fast on Harris in that in-between area.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Ntilikina. New York moving it around. And that one is good by Beasley.
He knew the D was breathing down his neck, but he still was able to successfully pull off the finger roll.
Outside Jackson. Harris inside. He's up against Beasley. No problems knocking that one down. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, there you go. They're going to keep giving up open jumpers. They're going to keep getting burned.
They set the pick. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. From outside, off the mark.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Hardaway with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And it's Hardaway with the jam.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Now, here's Lure. Outside Jackson. Back to Lure. From beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Jackson. He's got 9. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson. Nice D from Porzingis.
In over his head on the layup attempt there. Too much defensive pressure.
Shoots the 3. Drills the three-pointer. Ntilikina's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Ntilikina continues to impress from deep. Definitely showing he's comfortable shooting from beyond.
Now here's Lure. They can't stop the run with that one. Here's Porzingis. Here's Cantor. Pass to Ntilikina. Tries a 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Johnson. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Dishes to Cantor. Harris against Beasley. Rebounded by the Pistons. Harris has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
Drummond with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Washington.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game. Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
They mix up with the defense, leaves him wide open for mid-range, a shot he usually makes.
Kick to Jackson. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Hardaway. 9 points for Porzingis.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Drummond. And Lure kicks to Drummond. From 13, and the jumper is good. Harris has got 6 in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And last season, the final season for the Pistons, Smitty, playing at the Palace of Auburn Hills, as much as you love the new arena, it's always sad to say goodbye to an old friend. What was it like playing at the Palace of Auburn Hills, Steve, when you were in the game?
You know, I loved it because I'm from Detroit, the hometown, and those guys had that place rocking. It was state of the art when they first built it, but if you look right now is because I'm a Detroit native, they're playing inside of Detroit. The pass is a pass, but it was a great pass.
Here's Porzingis following the basket by Stanley Johnson. Missed inside. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Harris passes to Johnson. Back to Harris. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Tobias Harris, the former Tennessee Volunteer. You would think a player who has been so efficient, Steve, on offense his whole career wouldn't have bounced around as much as he has.
It is surprising how much he's changed teams. Always a factor on offense, and he doesn't need many touches. If I'm a coach, I love to have him as an option.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he knocks down the first one.
And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. And Harris drops them both. And a big problem for the Knicks and their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth.
more than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years. And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
Now here is Smith. It's Bradley on the wing. To the middle. Goes up on the block, and it's Drummond missing. Knicks trail by 19. To the left wing. Here's Ntilikina. No good off the back of the rim.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Now here is Harris. He's got 8. Detroit, no good that time either. Here's Ntilikina, covered by Smith. Inside. Here's Hardaway. They get it back. Beasley. And the layup is good. Beasley's got 4 this quarter.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
Drummond sets the screen for Smith to the inside. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Beasley. And the shot no good, a bit short. Detroit leading by 17. Smith for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So for the Knicks, Hernan Gomez is checked in for Enes Kanter. Doug McDermott comes in for Michael Beasley. And Sessions subbed in for Ntilikina. Then for the Pistons, Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. Henry Ellenson comes in for Lure. And it's Kennard in for Harris. Now here's Sessions. He has 6. They set the pick. Hardaway for 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Bradley drives in, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
The teardrop Bradley's been working on, trying to diversify his offense.
The floater. Hernan Gomez kicks to McDermott, and the rejection by Smith. They retain possession. Hardaway against Bradley. Fires for 3. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Kennard, the pass to Smith. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Here's Bradley. Got a hand on it. And so is Detroit with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. From the get-go, it was Detroit who came out strong. They put together the kind of powerful run that every team would love to have, 10-2 off the tip. They held up the intensity, and by the end of quarter 1, were out in front by 15. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, how about their ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
The skyline of Midtown Manhattan so beautifully lit up tonight as we welcome you back to New York City. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. One guy who's been getting it done is Stanley Johnson.
I'll tell you, the scoring he gave them in the first half really made the difference.
Credit his teammates recognizing the hot hand.
Pistons leading by 19 points. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. Lure and Drummond together down low. And it's Harris in at the three, the small forward. Now here's Jackson. Drummond was screened on Hardaway. 6 to shoot. And it's Drummond, the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Here's Ntilikina after the made shot from Andre Drummond.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Yes, in the first minute or so, you knock down a couple of shots in rhythm.
Now here's Harris. Drummond in the post. He's covered by Cantor. And it's Drummond missing.
And forcing you to miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And about a minute back so far in the third quarter. Pass to Ntilikina. To the paint over Jackson. Down by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Harris. Here's Lure. That one misses. Nice D from Porzingis. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Offensive rebound, Cantor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Clearly a foul.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, a rock solid 79%.
That's good from Cantor. And the bad boy Pistons, perhaps the greatest group this franchise has put together and also one of the most memorable in the history of the NBA. Smitty, you played against some of those guys. What was that like?
Well, first of all, Kevin, I got a chance to grow up in Detroit, watching these guys, being around them, being able to practice. I mean, they were a total tight group. They had some great characters in Lambeer and Rodman and Sally and Dumars and Isaiah and the microwave, but they played extremely hard, and obviously the style of play was defense, rebound, and put you on your butt.
Jackson, that's good.
Good defense. Jackson could have passed out of it, was showing confidence in his jumper.
Outside Hardaway, down low, and stolen by Drummond. Here's Bradley. Nice D from Porzingis.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
Beasley with it, picked up by Harris. Porzingis with a screen on Jackson. Stolen by Lure. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 5. Here's Hardaway. Here's Beasley. And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
He hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
One shot.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. Left side Bradley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hands it from downtown. Bradley's got 12.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
New York calls timeout. For several years, you've looked at Andre Drummond, and the first word that comes to mind is potential. He is still learning, still developing, certainly, but you know, you wonder, Steve, if he's starting to approach the type of player he's going to be in Plateau.
You know, let's be clear. He's a great player, but people might have overshot what he could have been. Needs to play with a bit more urgency, but he's still young, and he can make another leap in his play.
And New York making a change here. Lee's checked in. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. From 10 feet out. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
For anyone out there questioning Bradley's strength, there you go. Converts right through the foul call.
And really an interesting move by the Pistons. In effect, shedding 2 starters in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Marcus Morris for 1 in Avery Bradley. Stan Van Gundy clearly valued Bradley's leadership and playoff experience.
One shot.
That free throw good from Bradley.
And Avery Bradley, an unrestricted free agent after this season. The Pistons have made it clear they're willing to pay the luxury tax to retain his services.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 9. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. He's got 11.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Bradley kicks to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Attacking the rim. Tobias with a solid vertical to do this.
The Knicks have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Pass to Porzingis. Lure against Beasley. Inside. Cantor's shot is off. Detroit leading by 22. Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Lee, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. And we take a look here at the shot chart for Detroit.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
New York shooting 28%, a rocky performance for them offensively. Passes it to Porzingis. There's a screen by Cantor. Off the pick. Porzingis again. Porzingis has got 13.
He has great instincts on the offensive end. He's tough to contain.
Harris outside. He feeds it to Lure. Drummond sets the screen for Lure. There's the dish to Drummond. He kicks it to Harris. Over Beasley. Harris missing again. Knicks trail by 20. From deep. But he gets it back.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Feeds to Lure. Harris outside. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Drummond. The shot comes out. The Knicks go the other way with it. Pass to Ntilikina. Now here's Porzingis. Guarded by Jackson. Nice shot by Porzingis.
I love the fact that Ntilikina is skilled at being a ball mover. He's got a pass-first mentality, and that's winning basketball.
Now here's Jackson. 11 points in the game. The feed to Lure. Back to Jackson. Harris dishes to Bradley. Baseline jumper. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Cantor now top the key. Porzingis against Lure. Takes the 13-footer, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Detroit leading by 16. Bradley passes to Jackson. Back to Bradley. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. To the inside, and it's sent back by Drummond.
The foot speed to get in position, the quickness of the jump. Drummond with raw talent as a shot blocker.
For New York, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Porzingis. McDermott comes in for Michael Beasley. And Sessions subbed in for Ntilikina.
One shot, behind the lanes.
That's good from Cantor.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Smith on the wing. The pass to Marjanovic. Here's Kennard. He has 7. Shot clock at 6. Over Lee. Good D by Lee.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
Let's look at the stats for Lee. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team. It was clear that the defender wanted no part of that play after he exploded towards the bucket.
Sessions against Smith. It's opened by Hernan Gomez. With the teardrop. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Cantor.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Smith kicks to Ellenson. Back to Smith. Tries to snap the cold streak. That shot missing. Excellent D from Cantor. Unloads. He can't get that one to fall.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Johnson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Johnson's got 12. Knicks trail by 11. Now here's Sessions. He's got 6 to the middle. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
For New York, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
One shot, behind the lanes.
That's good from Cantor. Pistons leading by 8. And here's Smith. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Kennard. Second shot opportunity. And another shot. Lee with the steal. And Sessions kicks to McDermott. That's tipped.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
A shot by Johnson, no good. Here's New York. They're on an 18-4 run right now. Lee dishes to Cantor, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
He's been getting to the line. Now his 6th trip in the game. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Hernan Gomez. That's good from Cantor. Pistons lead by 5. Smith, the pass to Kennard. Dishes it to Ellenson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Smith kicks to Marjanovic. Out to the right wing. Ellenson buries the long-range jumper. Ellenson's got 5 now.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
There's a screen by Cantor. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Smith, the pass to Kennard. Over Lee. Kennard's shot is off. Knicks trail by 8. Unloads. 1:58 left to play here in the 3rd.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
First free throw is good. Hardaway's checked in for New York. And both free throws good for Lee.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
Smith outside. Johnson outside. Screen by Smith. Here's Kennard. No good there. Good D by Lee. Knicks trail by 6. To the inside. Hardaway. Here's O'Quinn. It's tipped. One-on-one here. Here's Kennard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Tobias Harris is checked in for Detroit. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Knicks trail by 8. And Sessions kicks to O'Quinn. Down low. Hardaway, no good.
I can't believe he hasn't hit a shot all period. Someone else needs to step up and help close the gap.
Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
The defense slow to react that time. Smith makes them pay using his quickness.
McDermott, no one around him. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions has got 4 assists now tonight. Pistons leading by 7. Smith kicks to Ellenson. Here's a screen by Marjanovic. Launches it. Kennard shots off.
Not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that looked like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Back to Smith. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Hardaway. Great open look there. And 12 points for Tobias Harris.
One and done coming out of Tennessee. Tobias has turned himself into a steady performer.
Pick by Lee. With 4 seconds on the clock. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut back down to a 7-point margin, getting the points there from Hardaway.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
We need to make solid plays, okay? Solid plays, aggressive plays, but solid plays, all right?
Wanting to keep up the energy here, Stan Van Gundy would also like to add a dose of greater efficiency.
You know, it's a delicate balance. To perform your best, you need to go 100%, but also be in control while doing it.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. Porzingis is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Ramon Sessions. And it's McDermott in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Pistons leading by 7. Here's Kennard. Back to Smith. Pass to Kennard. Over Hardaway. They grab their own miss. Goes back up. Harris misses.
Well, what did coach tell us? He wanted each guy to contest shots and rebound tonight. That's exactly what we just saw.
Here's Kennard, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Knicks. Ntilikina comes in for Sessions. And a switcher also for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Marjanovic. Put on both. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 in the books. Kicks to Hardaway. Hardaway sets a screen for Beasley. Puts it up from 15. With the rebound. 22 is their biggest lead. Kennard, the pass to Ellenson. To the wing on the left. He dishes it to Smith. Pistons passing it around. Shot clock at 5. Harris. And he could not get one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Crazy for Tobias Harris after signing a massive $64 million contract in 2015. He was traded just a few months later. Doesn't happen like that very often.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Here's Ntilikina. And it's blocked. But they get it back. A three from Porzingis. Hits the three-point bomb. Porzingis has got 11 points here in just the second half. Bradley kicks to Lewis. Back to Bradley. Over Hardaway. The shot, no good. Nice D from Porzingis. To the inside. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Ntilikina.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
I'm so surprised in a game this close. I know it's easy to criticize, but the defense has to be better in the fourth.
And Lure kicks to Drummond. Here's Bradley. Porzingis
with his limb, it's going to be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And there are a few players in the NBA who can match Reggie Jackson with the fearless approach he takes to the game. He'll always look to take that big shot, Steve, and goes right at bigger defenders and doesn't blink.
When you're Jackson's size, you have to have that mentality. Always looking for a way to attack a defense. Doesn't always work out, but the aggression he plays with never dies.
That free throw good from Porzingis. The Knicks making a switch here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Green Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. From 13, and he nails the jumper. Porzingis has got 23.
And he has the chops for this. Raising the intensity when it matters most.
You see why his number's been called dangerous score down the stretch.
Bradley off the drive. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
And what I like about Avery at the guard position, he's unafraid to challenge the interior.
Outside, three-pointer. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by New York. Hardaway has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Ntilikina. The rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Bradley drives in. There's Jackson. And he's good on the 3 ball.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, second of the game.
Beasley outside. Over Harris. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Beasley.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Outside Jackson. And it's Drummond with the jam.
The power this young man generates at the rim. Drummond is explosive.
Inside, here's Beasley. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Beasley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Drummond the screen. Passes it to Luke. Harris outside. He feeds it to Drummond. Beasley with the steal. Pass to Ntilikina. Side Hardaway. They set the fader. Rebound, Detroit. Harris has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Porzingis with the block. Goes back up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
With a nice combination of strength and elusiveness, Harris makes things difficult for the defenders inside.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Drops them both.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Now the pass to Hernan Gomez. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15. Pistons lead by 7. Jackson down low, easily with the steal. Here's the break. Cold jumper. Offensive rebound. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 16 points here in the second half.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points starting to add up for them. They can use every one of them.
To the middle. Here's Lure. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. With the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. 11 feet away. It goes, and the Pistons lead is down to 3 on the bucket from Ntilikina.
Yeah, I tell you what, that wingspan Ntilikina has is massive. His arms go on forever. Makes it really easy to pick his opponent's pocket.
And Bradley gets it to go. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Pass to Porzingis. Easily outside. Back to Porzingis for 3. Doesn't go. Now the Pistons take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Jackson dishes to Lure. Over Porzingis. Lure can't hit.
Another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Here's the screen. Beasley up top, guarded by Harris. Beasley pass to Hernan Gomez. Goes back up. Lure with the rebound. Detroit leading by 5. Bradley with the ball. Puts up a 3. Lure can't hit.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he be a little bit more selective tonight.
Pass it to Hernan Gomez. And the shot goes in.
A beautiful bounce pass on the deck. He put it only where his man could get it.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here, as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan. Get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella, the Lord, he has just killed him down low.
Detroit switch it. Smith is back in and keeping us hit in the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last week, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy told the team. He knows his team is struggling to make the point line. He told them to go more quality shots inside. We're shooting 8 threes, he said. No more Hail Marys. Let's get inside to the post. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Here's Harris. Smith right side. Back to Harris. Over. No good.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Here's Ntilikina. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Got it from 16 feet. And it's now only a 1-point Detroit lead.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Harris setting the for Jackson. Harris up top. Smith on the wing. Here's Jackson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Beasley.
The 7-foot wing, Reggie Jackson, makes him a bigger player inside, helps him draw fouls.
A different look for New York. Enes Kanter's checked in for Hernan Gomez, and it's Doug McDermott in for Ntilikina.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
And so Jackson nails both of them. Now here's McDermott. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody. Bucket is good. And the Pistons lead by 5.
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
Screen by Porzingis. McDermott kicks to Porzingis. Off shot from outside. Pistons leading by 5. Jackson dishes to Smith. Back to Jackson. Rockets 6. Over McDermott. And shot is long. New York's gone into a fight from downtown in the only 1 of 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Sessions checked in for Doug McDermott. And a tough break is a second attempt at the line. No good.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
They get it back. Drummond, and Drummond throws it down. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 22 rebounds.
No, they didn't put enough body on Drummond. He has too much talent for that.
And transitions, kicks to Porzingis. The three off target.
I don't know what's happened to him in this second half, but he's been terrible from deep.
Now to Drummond. Feeds it to Harris. Just fine shoot. Tries from 16. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so they foul intentionally.
Gentlemen, two shots. Loose shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
You know, the way he plays the game, he's always in attack. This is the one area I think he definitely has to improve on in his career. Ish Smith is knocking down free throws.
Second one is good. Both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Nice job at the line to expand the lead.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They trail by 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's your thoughts.
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
They need to work on getting a clean, quality look from the perimeter here. That should be their focus.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Two shots.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. So he comes up empty at the line. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 19 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And whatever play they run has to be quick.
And with time working against them, even if they need to foul right away. Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Shooting 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. The feed to Hardaway. From past the arc. Doesn't go for him. And so the Pistons take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. See you later.